Ladies and gentlemen, friends of abundance and seekers of financial transformation, today, I invite you to look at money differently. Not as a struggle, not as something hard to come by, and certainly not as something to fear or feel ashamed of. Instead, look at money as a divine tool, a sacred energy, a spiritual symbol of exchange, because that's what it is. Words carry more than just sound. They carry vibration, intention, and energy. Every time you speak, you send a message not only to others, but also to your subconscious mind and the universe. This is especially true when it comes to money. The words you use while thinking about, talking about, or handling money shape your financial reality in ways that most people never realize. They are not just casual expressions, they are powerful tools of creation. Florence Scovel Shinn, a metaphysical teacher, emphasized that your word is your wand. She believed, and rightly so, that what we declare consistently becomes our experience. This is not just poetic language, it's a spiritual law. When you speak positively and affirmatively about money, you are aligning with the law of abundance. When you speak negatively, from a place of fear or lack, you unknowingly cut yourself off from the divine flow of supply. For example, when someone says, "I can't afford that," or "I'm always broke," or "money doesn't grow on trees," they are affirming a belief in scarcity. These are not harmless expressions. They are declarations that program the subconscious mind to accept financial struggle as the norm. Over time, these repeated statements become internal beliefs, and beliefs shape behavior. Behavior then determines results. On the other hand, when you say things like, "Money flows to me easily," "I am a magnet for divine wealth," or "Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied," you are speaking into existence a different financial frequency. These affirmations may feel strange at first, especially if you've been conditioned by years of lack-minded thinking. But with repetition and conviction, they begin to rewrite the scripts of poverty and limitation that many of us have inherited unconsciously. The spoken word has always been a force of creation. From ancient scriptures to modern-day teachings, the concept that life and death are in the power of the tongue has echoed across spiritual traditions. In Genesis, God created the universe through speech. "Let there be light." Similarly, your words create the universe of your finances. Every declaration you make about money becomes a building block in the energetic structure of your wealth reality. This isn't just spiritual theory, it's backed by science. Neuroscience has shown that our brains are shaped by repetition. The more you say something, the more likely your mind is to believe it, even if it wasn't originally true. This phenomenon, called neuroplasticity, means you can literally rewire your brain to think differently about money just by consistently speaking positive affirmations. But the words must be said with feeling and intent. Mindless repetition won't get you far. You must feel what you say. You must believe it, even if only a little at first. That small spark of belief, fueled by repetition, becomes a fire of conviction. When you speak over your money with joy, gratitude, and expectation, your emotional energy amplifies your words and sends a stronger signal into the universe. Imagine this every time you pay a bill and say, "Thank you for this opportunity to circulate wealth." You are not just practicing gratitude. You are speaking abundance. Every time you receive a paycheck or any income and say, "I welcome more of this into my life," you are making a powerful energetic agreement with increase. Every word becomes a code that unlocks a new layer of wealth consciousness within you. The best time to use these affirmations is whenever you are directly interacting with money. Whether physically or digitally. Before you pay a bill, say, "I bless this payment and rejoice in divine circulation." When receiving cash or transferring money, affirm, "I am a channel for financial blessings." Even when looking at your bank account, speak out, "Thank you, universe, for this growing abundance." You are training your subconscious to see money as a friend, not a burden. And when you treat money with reverence, it returns to you with loyalty. Now, this is not about pretending you have money you don't. It's about declaring your intention, activating your faith, and realigning your energy with prosperity. You are not trying to trick your mind. You are transforming it. Words are the first step. They are the ignition switch of manifestation. Before wealth shows up in your reality, it must first take root in your vocabulary. So many people are unknowingly stuck in cycles of financial hardship simply because of the words they speak daily. They curse their money. They complain about it. They speak fear into every transaction. Then they wonder why they never seem to get ahead. But when you begin to speak life into your money, you awaken the creative forces of divine supply. Your words are not just sounds. They are spiritual instruments. When used with intention, they shape your financial destiny. Speak abundance, and abundance will find you. Speak love over your money, and it will love you back. Speak growth, and you will expand. You hold the power to change your financial life, not with effort alone, but with the energy of your speech. So, from now on, every time you handle money, let your words be sacred, let them be positive, and let them be aligned with the wealth you desire. Speak it, believe it, and watch your wealth expand. Blessing money activates abundance. Your energy around money affects its return. Money is not just a physical object or a number in your bank account. It's energy. It responds to the way you think, feel, and speak about it. And one of the most powerful, yet overlooked, spiritual practices when it comes to money is blessing it. Yes, blessing money, giving it positive attention, speaking over it with gratitude, and recognizing its divine purpose in your life. This act of intentional energy shifts your vibration from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith, and from anxiety to flow. Every time you handle money, whether you're paying a bill, buying groceries, receiving a salary, or even giving a donation, you're engaging in an energetic exchange. Most people go through these daily actions unconsciously, often with worry, resentment, or fear attached. They might say things like, all my money is gone again, or I hate paying bills, or this isn't enough. These are not just casual thoughts. They are declarations that vibrate with lack. Over time, they condition the mind to believe that money is a source of stress, not blessing, and the energy you send out, whether knowingly or unknowingly, is the same energy that returns to you. But when you shift the way you approach money, and instead begin to bless it, everything changes. You activate the spiritual law of circulation. When you bless your money as it goes out, declaring that it returns to you multiplied, and that it blesses everyone it touches, you're not only planting seeds of wealth in the universe, you're also reprogramming your subconscious mind to believe in abundance. This belief becomes a magnet that attracts more money into your life. For example, the next time you pay a bill, instead of feeling annoyed or fearful, pause for a moment and say, I bless this money. I give it with joy, and it returns to me pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That declaration changes your internal state. You are no longer operating from lack. You're operating from overflow. You're saying, I have enough to give, and I trust the universe to return more. Similarly, when you receive money, no matter how small the amount, receive it with joy. Say, thank you, money. I bless your arrival. You are welcome here. Multiply and grow. Even when someone else receives money, instead of feeling jealous or inferior, bless their abundance. Say, what blesses them, blesses me. There is more than enough for all of us. This mindset removes you from competition and places you in the vibration of divine cooperation. Your emotional energy plays a massive role in this process. If you feel guilt when you spend money, or panic when you look at your bank account, or frustration when someone charges you a fee, that energy creates resistance. and resistance blocks the flow of money. But if you feel peace, confidence, and joy, even when your financial circumstances are not ideal, that energy creates openness, and openness allows the universe to deliver unexpected blessings. Money responds to your energy like a mirror. If you love it, it loves you back. If you fear it, it hides from you. If you honor it, it honors you. Think of money like a guest in your home. If you welcome it with kindness and appreciation, it will return. But if you complain about it, treat it with suspicion, or act like it's never enough, it won't feel welcome. Your energy tells money whether to stay or leave. And here's a deeper truth. When you bless your money, you're really blessing yourself. You're affirming that you are worthy of wealth, that you live in a friendly universe, and that you trust in divine provision. You're saying, I am not a victim of my finances. I am a co-creator of my abundance. This spiritual posture changes everything. You may still have the same job, the same debts, the same responsibilities, but your energy will be different, and that difference will begin to show up in your outer world. Opportunities will come. New sources of income will appear. Solutions you never thought of before will emerge. Why? Because you are no longer blocking the flow, you are partnering with it. The more you bless your money and handle it with positive energy, the more natural it becomes. It stops feeling forced and starts becoming your default. It becomes your new identity, someone who is aligned with wealth, who trusts the flow, and who honors the energy of money with every transaction. Money is not just about numbers. It's about energy. It listens to your emotions, your beliefs, and your words. If you want more money to flow into your life, start by changing the energy you bring to it. Bless your money every time you handle it. Give thanks for what you have. Release it with love, receive it with joy, and speak words of prosperity, not poverty. The shift may seem small, but it is incredibly powerful. When you start blessing your money and radiating wealth energy, you won't have to chase abundance. Abundance will begin to chase you. Speak love, feel peace. Bless your money, and watch your finances transform before your eyes. Affirmations rewire money beliefs. Repetition builds wealth consciousness. Gratitude and giving multiply money. The way you think about money is deeply rooted in the beliefs you've absorbed over the years. From your family, your environment, society, and even your personal financial struggles. These beliefs are often unconscious and run silently in the background, shaping every financial decision you make. You may not even realize it, but if you constantly feel like you never have enough, if you fear money running out, or if you feel undeserving of wealth, then these beliefs are dictating your financial reality. The good news is that beliefs are not permanent. They can be rewritten. And the most powerful tool for that transformation is affirmation. Affirmations are more than just positive sentences. They are intentional declarations that speak directly to the subconscious mind. When used consistently and with emotion, they begin to overwrite old patterns of thinking. If your inner dialogue constantly tells you that money is hard to earn, or that you're not good with finances, then no amount of external effort will bring lasting abundance. But if you reprogram your inner script with affirmations like, I am worthy of wealth, money flows to me easily and effortlessly, or I am open to receive unlimited abundance, you begin to shift your mindset from scarcity to prosperity. It's not just what you say, it's how often you say it. Repetition is the key to transformation. Your mind believes what it hears repeatedly. That's why negative money beliefs are so deeply ingrained. You've probably heard them and repeated them since childhood. To change your money story, you must create a new one, and you must tell it to yourself every single day. Repetition rewires your brain. It reinforces new neural pathways that support confidence, clarity, and a deeper sense of financial empowerment. Every time you say an affirmation with faith, you are not just speaking words, you are planting seeds. Some may sprout quickly, while others take time, but every single one is shifting the soil of your subconscious. And just like watering a garden, consistency matters. The more you affirm wealth, the more you begin to feel wealthy, think wealthy, and act in ways that attract wealth. Affirmations eventually change not just your thoughts, but your behavior, and that's where true transformation begins. But it's not only about affirming what you want. It's about feeling grateful for what you already have. Gratitude is the amplifier of blessings. It turns what you have into enough, and it opens the door for more. When you're constantly focused on what you lack, you signal to the universe that you live in a state of limitation. But when you express sincere appreciation for the money you do have, no matter how little it may seem, you align with the energy of abundance. Gratitude shifts your perspective. Instead of saying, "I only have this much," you begin to say, "Thank you for this provision. I trust more is coming," and that trust, that joyful expectancy, invites miracles. It softens your relationship with money and fills your interactions with it with peace instead of pressure. Every time you say, "Thank you," for money received, whether it's a paycheck, a gift, or even a small discount, you tell the universe, "I recognize this blessing, and I'm open to more." Giving, too, is a powerful force in multiplying wealth. When you give from a place of joy, not obligation or fear, you participate in the spiritual law of circulation. Just like air must flow and water must move, money is meant to circulate. If you hoard it with fear, it stagnates. But when you release it with faith, whether through charity, generosity, or even tipping a little extra, you make space for more to return. Some believe they can't afford to give until they have more. But the truth is, giving is what opens the channel for more. Giving says, "I trust that I live in an abundant universe." It's a vote of confidence in divine provision, and it always returns, not always from the same source, but often in unexpected and greater ways. When you bless your giving and declare that it returns to you multiplied, you activate a divine law that cannot fail. To tie it all together, affirmations change your beliefs, repetition reinforces your transformation, gratitude anchors you in abundance, and giving expands your receiving capacity. These practices are simple but powerful. They don't require a financial advisor or a bank account full of zeros. They only require a conscious choice to shift your mindset, speak differently, and act from faith rather than fear. Conclusion: your financial reality is not solely determined by your job, your background, or the economy. It's deeply shaped by your beliefs, your energy, and your habits. Affirmations rewire those limiting beliefs and build a new story. Repetition makes that story your truth. Gratitude ensures you're not blind to your current blessings. And giving keeps the flow of abundance alive. You have the power to reshape your relationship with money starting today. Speak wealth, feel grateful, give freely, repeat daily. What begins as a whisper of change within you will soon become a loud testimony of abundance in your life. Money responds to your faith. Not fear. Words carry creative power over money. Blessing money activates abundance. Your energy around money affects its return. Money is not just a piece of paper, a coin, or a digital number in your account. It's a living, moving energy that responds to the vibration you emit. It's sensitive, responsive, and spiritual in nature. Most people treat money only as a physical object, something to chase, hoard, or control. But those who truly experience financial peace and abundance know a deeper truth: money flows where faith flows, and it retreats where fear reigns. Fear about money, whether it's fear of not having enough, fear of losing it, or fear of not being worthy of it, creates an energetic wall. It blocks the natural flow that was designed to support you. Fear is constrictive. It makes you hold on tightly, mistrust, worry, and expect loss. And in doing so, it attracts more reasons to feel fear. On the other hand, faith is expansive. When you approach money with faith, faith in divine provision, faith in your ability to receive, and faith in the universe's endless supply, you send out a signal of trust. And trust opens doors. It allows new opportunities, unexpected income, divine connections, and clarity to find you. Your faith doesn't have to be perfect or unshakable, it just has to exist. Even a small belief that things can get better, or I am worthy of receiving more, can start a shift. That shift grows through repetition, through consistency, and most importantly, through your words. Because your words are not just sounds, they are instructions to your subconscious mind and to the universe. Florence Scovel Shinn famously said, "Your word is your wand." Every time you speak about money, you are casting a spiritual spell, either of wealth or of want. When you say things like, "I can never get ahead," "Money slips through my fingers," or "I'm just not lucky with money," you're not just venting frustrations. You are reinforcing a pattern. You are instructing your life to continue mirroring that story. But when you shift your language, when you start affirming words like, "Money flows to me with ease," "I attract wealth in all forms," and "I am open and ready to receive," you are planting new seeds. Seeds that grow into a harvest of prosperity. Words create belief. Belief creates behavior. Behavior creates results. This cycle all begins with what you say to yourself and about yourself, especially in the realm of money. You may not be able to change your circumstances overnight, but you can change your words right now. And that single change becomes the catalyst for greater transformation. When you combine words with intention, you activate even more power. One of the most effective spiritual practices you can adopt is blessing your money. Every time you touch it, whether it's spending, saving, receiving, or even giving, bless it. Say, "I bless this money. It is good. It serves a divine purpose. It flows back to me multiplied." This simple act shifts your relationship with money from one of fear and resentment to one of respect and reverence. Most people curse their money without realizing it. They complain when they pay bills, feel frustrated when giving, or feel undeserving when receiving. But when you choose to bless it, even in small amounts, you align with the law of increase. Blessing your money sends a message to your subconscious: I am at peace with money. I trust its flow. I am worthy of it. And to the universe, it says, I am open to more. Beyond your words, your overall energy around money plays a major role in your financial reality. You cannot hide your true feelings about money. Your energy speaks louder than your words. If you constantly feel stressed, guilty, or anxious when dealing with money, you emit a vibration that repels it. But when you feel joyful, confident, and grateful, even in financially tight situations, you emit a vibration that attracts solutions, support, and abundance. Money mirrors your inner world. If you love it, respect it, and feel good about it, it will show up more often and stay longer. If you feel afraid of it or unworthy of it, it will act accordingly, coming and going unpredictably or avoiding you altogether. That's why inner alignment is key. You must begin to treat money not as an enemy, but as an ally. Not as a source of stress, but as a symbol of divine flow. And when you do that, when your faith replaces your fear, when your words support your dreams, when you bless what you have, and when your energy is peaceful, you unlock a new level of financial experience. This change doesn't happen overnight. It takes intention, it takes practice, but it's possible, and the shift begins inside you. When you no longer chase money with desperation, but instead align with it through spiritual and emotional harmony, it finds its way to you with grace and consistency. Money is spiritual. It listens. It reacts. It reflects. If you fear it, it will elude you. If you bless it, it will serve you. If you align your words and energy with abundance, you won't have to work harder. You'll attract smarter. Faith is your gateway, your words are your tools, and your energy is the invitation. Speak life into your finances. Bless every dollar that touches your hands. Replace fear with faith and resistance with receptivity. You are not chasing money anymore. You're attracting it, welcoming it, and letting it grow in your life, just as it was always meant to. Affirmations rewire money beliefs. Repetition builds wealth consciousness. Gratitude and giving multiply money. Money responds to your faith, not fear. Your energy around money affects its return. Your financial reality is not just the result of your job, your background, or the numbers in your bank account. It's a reflection of your inner world, your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and energy surrounding money. And the most powerful tool you have to shift that reality is your word. What you say to yourself about money, repeatedly and emotionally, becomes the truth your mind accepts and begins to act upon. This is why affirmations are not just a feel-good exercise, they are the doorway to transformation. Many of us were raised hearing things like, money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that, or rich people are greedy. Over time, these words became subconscious beliefs, and as adults, we wonder why money feels hard to hold on to, why we feel guilty when we have it, or afraid when we don't. But here's the truth: beliefs are not permanent. They can be rewritten. Affirmations are your pen. They give you back the authority to decide what money means to you, how you feel about it, and how it shows up in your life. When you say, I am worthy of wealth, or money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways, you're not lying to yourself. You're speaking a new truth into existence. It might feel foreign at first, because your old programming resists it. But this is where the power of repetition comes in. What you repeat becomes what you remember. What you remember becomes what you believe. And what you believe becomes how you live. Repetition is how the mind learns. It doesn't matter how many times you've spoken negatively about money in the past. The moment you choose to consistently affirm abundance, prosperity, and worthiness, you begin a process of mental rewiring. Over time, your subconscious stops doubting it and starts accepting it. This is how wealth consciousness is formed, not through sudden miracles, but through daily choices. Every time you repeat an affirmation, you are taking another step into a new money identity. And once your identity changes, your reality must follow, alongside affirmations and repetition. One of the quickest ways to attract more money into your life is through gratitude and giving. Gratitude is a signal to the universe that you recognize abundance, even in small amounts, and what you recognize multiplies. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you begin to see what's already present. You shift from scarcity to sufficiency. When you give thanks for the money you have, even if it's just enough to cover the basics, you create a vibration of openness. You are telling the universe, I appreciate what I have, and I'm ready for more. Giving adds another layer to this. Many believe they must have a surplus before they can give, but giving isn't about the amount, it's about the energy behind it. When you give from a place of faith and joy, you become a participant in the divine law of circulation. Money, like all forms of energy, is meant to flow. If you hold it with fear, it stagnates. If you release it with trust, it returns, often from unexpected directions and often multiplied. Giving declares, I believe in the infinite supply. I am not lacking. I am overflowing. But none of this works if you are stuck in fear. Fear is the biggest barrier to financial flow. It convinces you to hold back, to play small, to hoard, and to worry. It tells you that if you give, you'll lose. That if you trust, you'll be disappointed. But money doesn't respond to fear. It responds to faith. When you operate from a place of belief rather than doubt, you attract solutions instead of problems. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw dead ends. You make choices based on vision, not survival. Your faith becomes your most powerful financial strategy. And all of it comes back to your energy. Energy is your invisible currency. It's what you carry with you in every transaction, every interaction, and every decision. If your energy around money is heavy, anxious, or bitter, it creates resistance. But if your energy is light, grateful, trusting, and open, it creates momentum. Money loves joyful places. It multiplies in hands that release it with love and receive it with peace. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you want financial peace, become peace. If you want wealth, embody abundance. Let your energy lead, and your finances will follow. You are not a victim of your financial story. You are its author. With your words, your habits, your gratitude, and your faith, you hold the power to rewrite the script. Use affirmations to reshape your beliefs. Repeat them daily to build unshakable confidence in your worthiness. Practice gratitude to expand your awareness of abundance. And give with a generous heart to keep money flowing. Let your faith be louder than your fear. And most importantly, guard your energy, because it is the silent magnet attracting your financial future. Speak it, believe it, feel it, live it. Abundance is not somewhere outside of you waiting to be earned. It's already within you, waiting to be unlocked. Words carry creative power over money. Blessing money activates abundance. Your energy around money affects its return. Affirmations rewire money beliefs. Repetition builds wealth consciousness. Gratitude and giving multiply money. Money is energy. And like all energy, it responds to vibration. The vibration of your thoughts, your feelings, and most of all, your words. What you say about money becomes the tone you set for your financial reality. Words are not just expressions. They are creative tools. They either build the world you want or reinforce the one you don't. If you speak of money with fear, resentment, or limitation, you are unknowingly inviting those very conditions into your life. But when you speak of money with love, peace, and expectancy, you begin to shape a new financial experience rooted in abundance. Every time you handle money, whether you're spending, saving, giving, or receiving, you're engaging in a sacred exchange. Most people do it unconsciously, often with negative emotions like guilt, worry, or frustration. But when you bless the money in your hands, you elevate it. You assign it a divine purpose. Instead of saying, "I never have enough," try saying, "I bless this money and send it forth to multiply and return to me enriched." That one shift in language turns a mundane transaction into a spiritual declaration. It tells the universe you are not in survival mode. You are in co-creation with divine supply. Blessing money opens the heart. It shifts your vibration from lack to trust, from fear to freedom. It creates a loop of giving and receiving that reflects the natural flow of abundance. The way you feel while dealing with money is as important as what you do with it. If you feel anxious, undeserving, or stressed, you project a frequency of scarcity. That frequency repels the very thing you want more of. But when you feel grateful, confident, and relaxed, even if your circumstances are modest, you create a magnetic field that draws money toward you. Energy never lies. If you treat money like a burden, it will behave like one. If you treat it like a blessing, it will bless you in return. Much of how we feel and think about money is shaped by deeply rooted beliefs. These beliefs often come from childhood, past failures, or cultural conditioning. They whisper in the background, "Money is hard to earn. People like me never get rich. If I make too much, I'll lose it." These limiting beliefs are like invisible chains that hold us back from financial expansion, but they can be broken. And affirmations are the key. When you affirm, "I am worthy of wealth," money flows to me freely and easily, or "I am always provided for," you begin to reprogram your inner narrative. Affirmations are not magic spells. They are declarations of truth. They help override old programming and install new thought patterns that support prosperity. But one affirmation said once won't change your life. That's where repetition comes in. The more consistently you speak words of wealth, the more your subconscious begins to accept them as real. Your mind doesn't argue with repetition, it absorbs it. And over time, your beliefs shift, your decisions improve, your actions align, and your external reality begins to mirror your inner transformation. Repetition builds identity. When you consistently speak and hear statements like, "I am abundant," "Money comes to me from expected and unexpected sources," or "I am a channel for divine prosperity," your nervous system starts to believe it's true. And once you believe something, you begin to behave like it's already real. That belief becomes the foundation for smarter choices, greater confidence, and bolder financial steps. But none of this is complete without the powerful practices of gratitude and giving. Gratitude changes everything. When you give thanks for what you already have, no matter how little or how much, you align with abundance. Gratitude expands awareness. It makes you focus on what's working instead of what's missing. And when your attention is on sufficiency, you stop operating from desperation and start moving in faith. Money loves gratitude. It returns to the hands of those who appreciate it, not just chase it. Giving completes the abundance cycle. It doesn't mean you have to donate large amounts or give beyond your means. It means you participate in the flow. Giving is an act of trust. It says, "I know there's more where this came from." Whether you're tithing, helping a friend, or even tipping generously, you're making a powerful spiritual statement. I am not in lack. I am in overflow. What you give with love always returns multiplied, often from unexpected directions. Together, these practices form a new way of being with money. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop fearing and start trusting. You stop struggling and start aligning. Your words shape your beliefs shape your energy, and your energy shapes your outcomes. Every dollar you bless, every affirmation you speak, every grateful thought you think, they're all signals to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Wealth begins within. It's not about luck or hustle or external conditions. It's about alignment. When your words, energy, and beliefs come into harmony with abundance, you become a magnet for money. Speak with power. Bless every dollar. Release fear and embrace faith. Repeat words that uplift you until they become your inner truth. Be grateful for what is, and generous with what you have. Because money is not just something you earn. It's something you attract. And with the right inner atmosphere, you won't just attract more. You'll keep it, grow it, and enjoy it. Let your new money story begin now. One word, one blessing, one affirmation at a time. Words carry creative power over money. Blessing money activates abundance. Your energy around money affects its return. Affirmations rewire money beliefs. Repetition builds wealth consciousness. Gratitude and giving multiply money. Money responds to your faith, not fear. Every time you touch money, whether it's a coin, a bill, a credit card, or even a mobile payment, you are interacting with energy. And in that moment, your words have the power to shape that energy into either expansion or limitation. The words you speak over money are not just random sounds, they are commands sent into your subconscious and the universe. When you say things like, "I'm always broke," "Money slips through my fingers," or "I can't afford that," you're unknowingly planting seeds of lack. But when you choose to speak words like, "Money flows to me easily," "I bless every dollar I receive," and "I am a magnet for wealth," you're planting seeds of abundance that must eventually manifest in your life. The simple act of blessing money transforms it. It may seem odd at first to speak kindly or spiritually over cash, but this ancient practice holds immense power. When you say, "I bless this money and send it forth to multiply," you are not just hoping, you're activating a spiritual law. Money, like all things, responds to love and intention. Instead of spending with guilt or worry, you spend with reverence. Instead of hoarding in fear, you give in faith. That shift in tone changes your relationship with money, and in doing so, it changes what money does in your life. What you bless, blesses you. What you curse, curses you. Speak life over your money and watch life return to you multiplied. Energy never lies, and your energy around money is more important than the amount you currently possess. You could have millions but feel fear, greed, or anxiety, and that energy will create stagnation or loss. On the other hand, you could have very little but carry a sense of peace, joy, and openness, and that energy will begin to attract more wealth into your life. Money doesn't just respond to effort, it responds to emotion. Your emotional tone, your belief system, your vibrational frequency, all of these send out invisible instructions. When you handle money with trust and enthusiasm, it becomes a willing partner. When you handle it with fear or resentment, it slips away. Most of our emotional patterns with money come from long-held beliefs. These beliefs are not always conscious. Many were formed in childhood, inherited from family, or shaped by past financial struggles. We repeat phrases like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," "Rich people are selfish," or "I'm just not good with money," and these statements settle into our subconscious as law. But they are not law, they are learned, and what is learned can be unlearned. This is where affirmations become powerful. By consistently speaking new truths, you override the old lies. Affirmations like, "I deserve financial freedom," "My income is constantly increasing," and "I am aligned with prosperity," act as tools to rewire your thinking. Over time, your inner world changes, and your outer results begin to reflect that change. But affirmations are not a one-time fix. Repetition is key. Your subconscious doesn't believe something the first time you say it. It learns through repetition, rhythm, and reinforcement. Just as negative phrases repeated for years became your default programming, positive affirmations need to be spoken daily, morning and night, during transactions, in moments of stress, and especially when handling money. Every repeated word becomes a brick in the structure of your financial belief system. Over time, this creates a new identity, one that expects and attracts abundance instead of fearing loss. Gratitude is the amplifier of all abundance. When you express sincere gratitude for the money you already have, even if it's just a few rupees in your wallet, you create a vibration that draws more to you. Gratitude says, "I recognize the flow," and the universe responds by sending more. But gratitude alone isn't enough. Giving is its natural partner. Giving declares, "I believe in abundance so much, I can let it flow through me." You don't need to give large amounts. Give what you can with joy. Whether it's a tip, a donation, or helping a friend, your giving tells life that you're not afraid of running out. And that belief ensures you never will. Money likes movement. When you let it move through love, it circles back with more. All of these principles rest on one foundation: faith. Money responds to your faith, not your fear. Fear pushes money away. It says, "I don't trust the flow, so I must cling, hoard, or panic." But faith says, "I know who I am. I am a child of divine abundance. I am always provided for." Faith allows you to take bold steps, invest in your dreams, and give generously even before you see the full outcome. Fear creates delay. Faith creates results. Faith is not blind. It's a spiritual strategy that opens doors fear could never unlock. Handling money isn't just about math or management. It's a spiritual practice. Every time you speak over your money, you are either cursing it with fear or blessing it with faith. Your words matter. Your energy matters. Your beliefs shape your reality. Through blessing, repetition, gratitude, and giving, you align yourself with the infinite source that supplies all wealth. So the next time you touch money, no matter how small the amount, pause, speak life into it, declare abundance, bless it, give thanks. And know that in doing so, you are not just changing your finances, you're changing your frequency. And when your frequency rises, your income follows. Speak boldly, believe deeply, and receive fully, because wealth is already on its way to you.